arsehole.
I know, yeah.
Headley's never Headley Spurs, is it?
Aye, Headley. Yeah.
He's in mine as well.
Headley's...
Aye, straight up.
Are you a team with you?
Aye.
Fucking hell, I can't believe it. Really?
That one.
Aye?
Aye.
Yeah, he talks about that league all the time. I can't believe it.
Aye.
Yeah, that's fucking berserk, that.
Headley Dane, I'm thinking.
Aye, well, Dane's your best mate. Aye, Headley, aye, because that's the other fantasy football group. But it's obviously... That's ridiculous, that.
Right, so everyone.
I delete all that out.
No, we're keeping this in.
I can't believe
We're
that.
talking about NFL fantasy.
I'll text them now.
Fantasy football league. Is that what it's called?
Just fantasy football, innit?
I was just called...
Both of them have got a ring, which they have a ceremony for. They don't share a ring.
Yes,
Sometimes.
it's early, yes, it's the first time.
That's why Mark's not here, because he's got a sore ring.
Coming back and tagging and say, I'm sitting with Declan on a pint or something.
Still got it, look. You done?
Fantasy football means a lot to me. A lot.
They're not talking about soccer.
No.
I hate that word.
Soccer.
I hate it.
That's what it's called now, though,
We're
innit?
talking
It's-
about forwards rugby. If that's what you're saying.
It's rugby for fit people, basically, innit?
Padded rugby.
No, it's not rugby for Tories or rugby for Chavez, it's rugby for athletes.
I hate Tory rugby.
Are they athletes like? All right.
Oh, yeah, they're big lads, like. See them going.
They're beasts, man. Beasts.
Getting in the dressing room at full time and all that, like, when they got their ring out.
Right, so, as many of you might have already noticed, that Mark's not here.
Aye, yeah.
We've got Besty moonlighting forward.
Aye. Like,
Again.
A cameo appearance,
Again.
Good to see
Remember
you,
last
Besty.
time you moonlit forward? Is it moonlit? Is
Moonlit.
that what you say, moonlit?
Moonload.
Moonload.
I don't know.
Moonloaded.
Moonlit, I think.
Moonlit.
Moonlit.
Aye.
You remember last time?
Aye, the five-a-side tournament.
That's the worst football team
Aye.
ever, we were.
Oh, crap. Like, aye.
Didn't we play like 3 hours of consecutive football?
More or less. I remember the last game. We lost every game the True Faith lads had.
Aye.
And I remember watching them thinking, we're going to fucking hammer these. Like, I think we got beat 6-0 or something like that. We got pumped.
I blame that on our break. Our break came
Aye.
at the last game. So we played constant, like 5 games of football. No, I swear to God, we played 5 games of football and they went, right lads, your breaks is up now. As soon as you stop, that's when your fucking muscles go. We're all running around like this.
I was...
Bessie decided he didn't want to be in goal anymore.
I was back coming for the last game because I thought it was goals in these boots. Like. But I hadn't had a drink all day, so I got dehydrated. And like the lights were like, you know, when you get a camera, your photo taken and the flash goes off in your face. It was like that, but every time I looked, like in the area of a light, it was just staring me, people. And I'm putting that down to dehydration, like. So I think we would have won it.
They keep had a blinder against us, an absolute blinder.
And he was crap for the rest of the tournament.
We were watching like the rest of we were just like hovering and watching and that. God, he's shiting. We'll score a few past him. I swear to God. Remember Krull against Spurs? Yeah. That's who he was that day. It was fucking ridiculous.
So, well, if you weren't dehydrated, had an amazing goalkeeper and hadn't had a break, you would have won. That's where we're at, right? We're fine.
We would not draw one game.
I don't think we did. I think we lost every game.
More excuses than Podge, you lights in your eyes and breaks.
Notting Hill Carnival will play for that one. What else? Oh, science. I love the Podio excuses, to be fair. They were absolutely amazing.
And I hope he's got some more lined up for... Is it West Ham he's gone to? No, he was there the other week, wasn't he?
West Brom.
Is he now West Brom?
Yeah.
And he was what?
He's been Everton. He's been a few places.
Aye.
Who was he linked with not long ago? Was it
see
before the
Carver's
West Ham
back
game?
there?
Was another one.
Carver's
He's
back
took
with
Carver.
They were driving out in the 4x4. I seen them. They were sitting. He was driving and Carver was there.
Do you reckon Woodman's just like crying into his cornflakes?
Oh, he'll be
Steve Stone.
He'll be there soon, man.
Where is Steve Stone these days?
He's working at his mates' hairdressers. His cousins or whatever.
Hairdressers.
Aye, what do you call them? The road?
Stonies.
Stonies, aye.
What's it called? Stonies. Who'd have thought?
No, I mean, what relationship is he? Is he his brother? It's his brother, isn't it?
Guessing if they're both called Stone.
I think it's his brother,
Is
aye.
it Stoney down? Is that Leggett?
Aye, it's his brother. So
He's
he's
got photos of him there, hasn't he, on the wall? Yeah, I've never been to a bar bass for a long time, so...
You've got as much as Steve Stone, haven't you? So fair enough.
So, right, where do we start?
With football.
Which one?
No, when Bessie records a podcast, he normally starts with bolognese. Is this the first podcast you've ever done without bolognese cooking in the background?
Aye, but I did cook a chili earlier on, which is pretty much a bolognese, but with spice in it.
So you came smelling like it.
So I've kept the traditions going, like, you know.
Good man.
I used to love Taylor and Bessie. What happened to the Taylor and Bessie podcast? Just too busy for it.
Aye, he started having kids. Well, his wife did. And then we started doing a film that we still haven't finished yet.
Aye, what was that called again?
Decade, looking for number 5.
Number 5,
Looking
aye.
for number 5, yeah.
It's been that long, he's forgot what it was called.
I was showing someone a photo from when we went to Belgium at work today. And I was like, I had a bit of a show. I thought, I'm making a film about this and that and the other. And I thought, fuck, that's 3 years ago, I did that.
He's been at university now. Still hasn't been doing.
Keegan was manager when it started the first time.
We'd have to find Philippe soon because he'd be long in the tooth now. Like,
He's probably stood in the same place waiting for you. He's probably
chances
sick.
are, like, aye.
Bless.
We'll give it a little push later on you.
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be great. Like, not too much because I don't want people to know that we're not doing it with it in a minute. Like, we did an editorial meeting about a month ago.
Is that when Taylor started like posting loads of stuff for like about 3 days?
We put some stuff on Instagram and that, and it was like, the lads are going again.
back.
And then like we just kind of stopped for a bit. Like, so I'm gonna say that he's been dead busy, but I'm not too sure. He doesn't even work. He's just a musician now, and so
They don't work like.
Nah, they don't.
Well, they only work nights as well, don't they?
Aye.
Like, it's like you. Get a lie in.
Aye. Good line in there. Good.
Aye, yeah, late as again.
Yeah.
But right, shall we talk about some football?
Aye, why not? Why not?
So, since
what
the
we're
last
here for.
podcast, which was the defeat of Man U, which we all came back thinking, nah, it was a defeat, but I'm not that
We took
angry and
positives.
I'm not off. We took
Positives,
positives from that game. Then we're going to the Watford game. And I think you and Mark predicted a defeat to Watford.
I always think we're going to lose. And I hate to say that, every week we're going to get beat. So for me, saying they're going to lose isn't a new thing, but I did think we're going to get beat.
I would have snatched your hand out for a draw, like.
Well, they've had a good start, haven't they, Watford?
Aye.
That Richarlison scored about 30 goals or so, and they drop your mat. And as soon as you drop a Newcastle player, I don't know now, he's
You
just
get
shit,
better.
isn't he?
With Yamad.
Aye.
Aye, I'm not like Yamad.
Would you have him now?
No.
Nah.
Who we got right back at Yedlin?
Yedlin.
No, I don't know. Yedlin's he's a funny one because
Until the last couple of weeks, Yedlin's fan club was quite big, and I think it's the last few games where it started disintegrating a
what
bit.
was Watford Saturday? So it's Thursday today, so that's 5 days.
Yeah.
His fan club's just depleted like
About
that.
4 people in it.
Such is the fickle nature.
Once
it's
he's
a
gone.
crowd, isn't it?
He scored one unlucky own goal. Man, you could see they were targeting him, the Watford game.
Ah, the way I...
Gomez in goal, who was a really dodgy keeper. Last time I saw him at Tottenham, but now he's like, well, he still put a few goal kicks out for throw-ins and that, like,
yeah.
but he didn't have that much to do. He saved a couple of scotches from Hostel, like, but that notwithstanding, like, you could see they were targeting Yedlin all the time. They're putting because Richie was just fucking stubbing his finger up his arse.
Well,
For the most
we've
part.
said this about Richie for the last few weeks. He just does not want to get involved in it defensively, like.
No, I didn't see him.
So that's where Yedlin seems to be getting caught out. Obviously, when Yedlin's attacking, there's so many times you look over and he's out of position when say we've lost the ball, and you're thinking, who is covering him? Yeah,
Well, that's his
like you
pace.
say, if Richie's standing there with his thumb up, he's off.
It's tough. Sometimes it's tough on Yedlin because we're wanting to bomb forward. We're slagged him enough because he won't cross the halfway line. Yedlin crosses the halfway line, and yes, he's fast, but you can't always get back.
Well,
that quick.
Yedlin's
Someone
life
has to be
cycle
covering for
is
him.
like seem to be going on the same way as what David Santon's was. Where like now we're at the
God,
point
aye,
of
aye.
where he should be a winger,
Aye.
so soon to be playing in centre mid.
I just think
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
Santon not playing centre mid against Chelsea, and we got
I
battered.
can't remember.
Because
I
maybe
think
this is
so,
the
I
next.
think so.
This is the next step. Maybe it's.
I remember
centre
Aaron's
mid.
going left back. I remember that one, and that was just
Who?
torturous when Aaron's went left back. McLaren put
That
him
was-
left back.
yeah,
we'll be
that was
fine now.
relegation
That
team,
was
wasn't it?
recent though, really. But no, back to you saying about Yedlin and the fan club and that. I mean, you're talking 180 minutes of football, man, and people are on his back immediately. You've had 2 bad games in your life, and that's it. You're done. It's a bit harsh, I think, at times. Like
It is, and I think he was exposed as well. He's been let down.
he
and
was.
the
He was
defence-
poor. I'm not saying he was
no,
good, by
yeah,
the way. He was poor, but crikey, man. Like, just calm down, like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, but...
It's the thing with the defence and all. I think I've been surprised how much they've missed Lascelles. Like, it's become really apparent that the second half against Man U, but he didn't play that game, no, he didn't, so I'm not talking complete shit. They just lost all their shape, and then the whole Watford game, and again, apparently what I didn't see last night at all, but what I've seen, what I've read about last night, is the same thing, they're just all over the place. I don't mind Lejeune. He looks like he's quite tired. Yeah, you made the point, I think, or the point was made on the last podcast, the Colaccini thing. And you can see that a little bit. He gets caught out. He's a good footballer. He's quite clearly.
He's confident. He's a confident
So
footballer.
Young Gambia was good on the ball as well. Like, and Bemba's not the worst on the ball. He's just.
I
he's just
still
right.
like Younger.
I do as well. Like that.
I think he got sold far too quickly.
Where's he playing? He's been around a bit, hasn't he, since he
He
left
went.
us?
Did he not go back to where we bought him from? Then?
He went to.
God knows where he is.
He was
now.
at Lyon, I think, or Lille, one of the two.
He was the most highly rated French defender, wasn't he? He was supposed to be France's next captain.
He was very highly regarded, like for a spell, and then he got Pardew.
Because he came to Newcastle.
I don't know if can he call it? Can he still call it Pardew? Just
Well,
to get Newcastle.
That's going to
I think Newcastle's a good one,
Aye.
like, because
Newcastle.
everyone gets fucked, man. Like, we're
Tuned.
they do, like, I'm not being funny there, like, but how many times have we had a promising player that was think, oh, this guy's got it, and it just doesn't work out. You know, it
How many
just
times do you
doesn't.
see players leave Newcastle and go to like a better club successfully?
Well, we talk about that.
a
We
few
don't
times.
think as many. We've tried to wrap our brains.
We
and
only
there's
get
not-
about 4, don't
Like,
we?
Aye.
Kabay went to PSG but didn't get his game.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
no.
that's the divide. It's like how well did they do or how much money did they make?
Aye.
It's like a horrible little divide in there, and I think we only ever came up with Andy Cole, James Milner.
You could argue Wijnaldum.
Why I would say Wijnaldum is probably.
I like him. Like he's a good player.
Sissoko's played against Madrid in the Champions League, so
He's still shit though.
he's
Isn't
shite like. But
he? And
he is an arsehole, and he's not playing that much. But when he played that game, he must have thought, well, this is where I come. I would imagine that's what he must have thought.
But he's gone. He's gone.
But he's still a prick.
He went to a bigger club for more money.
Oh, Townsend did the same thing, but he was here for like 20 minutes. But went to Palace, and there was quite a lot of resentment at the time, and I thought, well, he's a London lad.
There's so many people hate Townsend for going.
I know, it's really weird.
I can't get my head around
When
it.
they played Palace the other week, like there's loads of people on Twitter giving it 6,000. He did alright for it. He left. What is he over? I mean, he got paid well and all that. Whatever.
And he played really well for it while he was here.
He did. I mean, if we'd have stayed up, it would have been a massive part down to him. So I don't. Another reason I don't like booing, I'll kind of get on previous players' backs, is the first game that I went to after I moved back up north was against Wigan at home in Zogby. I scored twice. And he was getting dogs abuse for the whole game. He got 2, and I thought, wait, I'm just never doing this again.
I don't do it because I always think if you're ever gonna like piss a player off or get them up for a game, if you're booing them when they come on, we did it the other week against someone that come on, and I thought, oh, Dean did it because he's going to score.
We'll find
well, you're right. We'll do it.
It's pretty warm.
Might have been Kabay.
Was it Perez?
Actually, it probably was that. I think it was that game. You're right. Actually, it might have been Kabay, and I hate Kabay, and I do, but I wouldn't boom because I just thought if he gets one in the top corner, he's going to run on it right titty. Like,
I've got this thing. I'm dead sentimental as well. I've got loads of happy memories. Not even Michael Owen, and like. Obviously, no one likes Michael Owen.
Sorry.
But, like, I remember the good times. I've got this montage in my head and, like, the goals he scored against Sunderland and that. Like,
I do.
I had it at Upton Park and I think, we had some nice times.
Those two goals, like, the brace he scored against Sunderland, I remember where I was. I was in London watching it in the walkabout.
Aye.
The most random place to watch it. There was me and 3 Coventry fans because I was going over to last Coventry at the time. Just me, and there was a Mackham out the back.
Aye.
So I was fucking going wild at this. At the time, I wasn't as big as a Newcastle fan as what I am right now. But I think that's only because then I didn't have a season ticket and because I couldn't afford it, to be quite honest with it. And it's only like the last 6 years that I've had my season tickets, maybe 7 years.
So around the time me and Taylor started doing a podcast, basically, so I'll take the credit for that.
It's pretty, I thought, that's a good podcast. Like, I'm getting a season ticket.
I hadn't even heard Newcastle and these lads.
Maybe we should start charging commission at the club for season tickets around that era.
Right, we should do like, look at all the podcasts now, there's too many. That.
Oh, there's loads of podcasts now, loads.
I don't even listen to fantasy football ones, American football ones. I didn't listen to any of the podcasts.
Again.
Honestly, none, except fantasy football.
Do you know what you would like? Because you would like your box sets and that, don't you?
Oh, well.
For every box set, there's a podcast that talks about the episode you've just watched. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's good.
There's a one for...
Well, we're doing it right now about a football game.
Actually, I tell a lie. Actually, I did listen to the James Bond one because I just wanted to know some stuff about James Bond.
Is that the Smirch one?
No, James Bond Radio, it's called.
All right.
They meant them 2 lads, actually. But if you like James Bond, that is like, but if you didn't, I didn't listen to it.
I'm a massive fan of podcasts, like.
Fair enough.
Great, I've never got time, so I live like 5 minutes walk from work, so I've got to commute.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
And then I kind of like, I read loads at work, so I read loads of solicitor stuff. So I kind of have a podcast going in one ear, because I start typing out what I'm listening to. Because I've not got that kind of...
Perez was shit.
Basically, is it Molten Brown or is it Drum Alone? I think it was Molten Brown.
It's definitely Molten Brown.
I mean, my God, it's a gift set for Christmas a couple of years ago. Slush,
was it the tab one?
I couldn't understand it, like, I get my fingers a lot.
It was surreal, like, do you want this tobacco? Nah, tobacco aftershave. Why would I want tobacco aftershave?
Oh, that's what I've got. Well, no, it isn't actually. It wasn't tobacco after that. I went today and bought some more and it wasn't. But it is lovely though. It's very nice.
It's kind of shower gel's kind of good, but I use it dead sparingly, so I probably wasn't washing properly. When I had it, because my dad goes, that's quite expensive. That's I thought, I don't want to use it all in like a month.
One thing.
So I'm like, and I'm a bit. There's a lot of us to clean. Listeners, if you're not aware, like, if you're not aware, one of the first podcasts me and Taylor did, someone said the fella called Munaf Al Mumin. I never forget the name.
Who?
Munaf Al Mumin, and he goes on about the podcast. It was an email thing. Dead good. Besty sounds really fat. How does that come across? How do you know? I'm bigger now. I wonder if there's something in the vocal cord, something in the larynx that kind of does it.
Besty sounds really fat.
I thought
that might actually be the title of this podcast. Besty sounds really fat. That's amazing.
Could well be.
Like, first podcast and that's the shit you're getting. Amazing.
Bless you.
He was right.
I'm going to find him. Can we track him down?
Let's see if I can do, like,
Right, one fun game.
Can't throw his bins in there.
I thought you were playing Champ Man there, were you like arrows?
Yeah,
like running forward and
I was at FIFA where the form's just, like, going down.
Well, do you know why
I know why
I wrote it tonight?
No, I don't. Oh, right, no.
Because if I go home and try and print it, I Bluetooth it to the printer, And for some reason, it won't print it any bigger than these.
Oh, right.
So, like, if I'm getting the team sheet, I'm looking at it like this, and I kind of figure out how to print it bigger.
I'll show you sometime.
Do you know how?
Probably, yeah.
What do you mean, probably?
Well, I can't tell you
Yeah,
now.
I know you don't know.
Yes, I know.
Well, there's no other option. I just go on print, and then it just does that.
Well, it has to be print settings or options.
There isn't any.
It is, man. Of course it is.
There's not. I can print double-sided. I can print black and white.
Can I just make the font bigger?
No, because
You gotta
I'm going on like the Sky Sports website. I'm like,
Oh,
Sky,
right.
can you make your font bigger, please?
Maybe you need to ask him.
Just for podcast topics.
Alright.
Right, so where were we? Watford? Did we talk about the calls?
Well,
No,
about
I
it.
I don't think we made a pass yet, Lynn.
It's ironic because they did quite a bit, didn't they?
It was probably I think the worst performance I can remember in a long
This
time.
season?
Oh God,
Or ever?
this season.
This season, last
Not
season.
not ever. We've had some bad ones, but that was up there. With
Maybe
the bad ones,
Ipswich away last season was particularly grim. Like,
Did you go with that one?
no, I just
Didn't
read
I
about
thought
it.
you just might
No,
go
no.
that one 'cause
I'm
it's that
pretending
area.
you didn't need a question here because they could have gone, oh, Besty with Ipswich.
No, just go because that's your little area, isn't it? That's your stomping ground.
Norwich, how Chris.
Like, just round the corner.
That's why we seen him at Norwich away, didn't we?
Coach
Every time we play Norwich away, I see Bestie there.
Aye, other week I'd spend a long week down there, like long 4 or 5 days, like we dad normally.
We spent Valentine's Day together, didn't we?
I would did that
All
sweet,
four,
aye. Many an
Valentine's
embrace,
Day.
aye.
How did I get away with that? Aye, you're right there. Aye.
Aye.
How do I get away with
I
it?
forgot about that.
It was a good trip, like, for the
was a
game.
good crack, aye.
Shite as well, wasn't it?
Was
The
it
first
Elsie?
half.
2-2.
No,
Oh,
It was 2-2 because
That's where we gifted them 2 goals.
Darlow dropped a couple of bollocks, didn't he? Big style.
No, was the Cells not dropped one then?
No, it was the first one was a pass back.
Scored. No, when he went to kick the ball.
He completely misjudged a bounce.
Who was that?
Darlow?
Darlow.
Darlow. Was
It might be Jacob Miller.
Oh, there
Scored
was
late
one.
on.
Oh, was it
What
Clark
was
or
the
someone
second one?
headed it
I thought that was
past
the Cells.
Darlow?
No, that was Wolves at home was Dummett. Because Darlow came
No.
into the box and Dummett headed it back and he was...
No, but I'm sure the Norwich game, the Cells went ahead it to Darlow and someone just snuck in and took it off him.
It was, but it was...
he
I
went
don't know if it was a
to
header
the
or a
second
back
goal.
pass, but it was a first. But Darlow...
Was it?
The ball kind of came over and like you could see it's apex. You could see where Darlow was. You think he's missing this
He's missing
completely.
this,
Like a good 2 or 3 seconds before it's happened, he just didn't seem to... And he missed it and...
We took the lead now. We scored within 10 seconds. Perez scored.
Perez.
Scored
that's right, I
immediately.
scored
Then we went
immediately,
2-1 down. And then the Cells equalised, make it 2-2.
I've been there 6 times, I've not seen him win yet.
Lovely. Think again.
I
win.
might not have to, yeah. I can't see him coming up in a while.
What was the season
That's
before? And it was boiling that day.
3-2.
Absolutely roasted.
Oh, worst.
3-2, Olsen scored dead late on. Mitrovic scored twice for us, I think.
Yes, he did.
He come off the bench, scored one, made an absolute nuisance of himself. And then,
What,
was
Mitrovic
it-
didn't start?
Was it a third goal a handball?
No, it was from
Did
about
he
20 yards
control
out.
it with his hand and it
I
came
can't
back out with
remember.
some bollocks like that? That's why you.
It was bullshit.
Because you punched someone. I'm not talking to the people watching. I'm talking to you behind the camera.
But,
You heard that story about him punching someone in Norwich?
I remember they had like clappers that day. You know, them like, well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
have. And I seen some...
We've had them a few times.
I
Like.
that didn't make it me, like. But I saw some...
We're too good at booing.
I
Fuck
compared...
clappers with his boo.
And this young'un, like, was it a bin and he must only be 7 or 8 year old. But he's there and this Newcastle fan, like, pinch it off the bin and launch it and I thought, you fucking bastard. I don't like clappers as much as the next man, like, but...
It's a bit harsh. Poor Ben.
I kind of condone that, like.
You should have made him one.
It
I
was
don't know
me,
what with the like.
It was me, really.
Aye. But we're just avoiding the subject here. Like, basically,
It's because that game was absolutely atrocious. This Watford game was absolutely atrocious.
Well, I was annoyed at the lineup as soon as I seen the lineup.
And it was bastard freezing outside.
absolutely, aye.
Pretty cold.
It's 2 pairs of socks for me from now on at the match, like, until March or something like that.
2 pair of pants as well. Go for 2 pair of pants. Get your long johns on.
I've got fat legs, I'm alright. Like, I've got that kind of buffer at the minute.
Sound like you got your fat leg.
Aye. He sounds heavier than last time. Has he had a shave? No, the first goal was the same as I was against Man U, wasn't it? Basically, they run the byline cut back. And you could see when they were attacking, like, I don't know if it was...
It was like our goal, wasn't it? Is that what you
Very
just said
similar,
there?
aye.
It was the same. It was. Identical. From the opposite side, though.
Yeah,
My left footer rather than Gale was right. It was the
Yeah.
same goal. It was uncanny. But again, we were getting caught out on that. Their left back was amazing, I thought. The lad with Zorro, the guy with the mask on. He was absolutely amazing. Their left back. I don't know what he was called, but he was mint. He was terrorising with the whole game. And
Oh, right. I had the white mask on.
he was unreal, him. And we just couldn't seem to get to know that they're going down our right-hand side. I don't know how we didn't realise that, but we couldn't. Richie would not go over that side of the field. He's good at pointing. He looked like Stephen Taylor half the game. He just pointed. He's just pointing at everyone else. You get that man, you get that man.
I've got this pointing thing down with
Oh,
like,
God.
the ghost of Stephen Taylor's.
And you could just see that
lives
goal
on.
coming. You could just see it coming. Like it just, there was no real urgency from us at all. I didn't think. And Yosselu, oh my God, he had a chance where he hit his standing foot.
Really early
Oh,
on.
early
Two or
on.
3 minutes
Aye,
in.
first 2
Mate,
minutes.
Murphy did really well. I think he beat a couple of men, got it in, and he hit his standing foot. Swung and missed it.
He minded like a Riviere, wasn't he?
I can understand, right, that he's not going to be confident in front of goal. I don't expect him to be confident in front of goal, but bloody hell.
Stuff like that, like you die.
That's
You've got to
basic
actually have
shit.
a shot.
Aye, exactly. If he has a shot and it goes wide or whatever it is, maybe fair enough, but to miss the ball completely, it's just unacceptable.
Well, Riviere did one, didn't he? That was QPR. We only played on his own
Scored
foot.
it,
and chip.
scored it,
Aye.
aye. He actually had the audacity to do a flip as well.
I did, that's right.
Done a
Aye.
flip.
I would think. Well, no, if I could.
Did he not try and kick it with his left and he hit his standing right?
One of those.
Then it just went in.
Aye. Completely wrong foot, the keeper, aye. But as soon as that happened, it was really early on as well. Like, you could. Me and the lads I go with, like, we looked at each other and said, like, it's just.
Here we go.
It's the last thing he needed. And the last thing the crowd didn't need. You got the crowd straight away were like.
On his back straight away, he knew what was going on.
It's going to be one of them days. Like, you kind of. I like it kind of. I don't mind Hustle Mage. He seems like a nice lad.
Yeah.
Like, I follow him on Instagram and that, like, he's always got photos of him in a bin down timeout and that. I think
yeah,
that's great, that. Like, he's.
Yeah.
You know, but. I don't know. I'll put photos of me hamsters and me rabbits on Instagram and that. Like, I'm not a very good football, like, so.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I
it's
get-
kind of-
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I'd love him to kind of score fucking 30 between now and the end of the season, but he's not going to, is he?
I'd love him to score 30 in the next
Well,
3 seasons, mate.
we'll never, we'll never have a player that probably can score 30 goals like, but in a season. But I mean, we'll get on to the next game eventually, and I'll mention them then. But on that game, I was happy that he went to in front again. But I was a little bit worried about midfield. I wasn't happy with just Diarmi being there. I know we were struggling.
I said in the last podcast I would
a-
expect Diarmi to go in there. We were struggling.
We were
But I said
struggling,
Diarmi was there because Watford was full of tall lads, wasn't he?
They're a big team.
So I
aren't they?
thought
They're a big team.
Diarmi is obviously the obvious choice, particularly Diarmi and Sevilla with the options that we had, to be honest. On
I keep forgetting
Bemba
he's
could
there.
have won there.
Call back, maybe.
Call back. Scored it here.
Did he?
He scored for the under 23s.
Did Herdman score 5 or something like that?
Scored, we won 6-3 or something daft
Jesus,
like that. I think
Swansea.
it's the first game we've won for a long time.
Well,
I had
And then
no
under
run like
23s,
that.
like, because they're shite.
Aye.
That's the future.
Aye.
Amanda Bio. But Diarmi came in. Diarmi had one of them games where he's got to take a hold of the game and prove himself, and it was just
I didn't think he started that badly. He got 3 in the Chronicle, which I thought was dead harsh. Cause
A 3?
Aye.
out of what?
That's harsh.
10?
Aye. And I thought
3?
there was a point where he got the ball about 25 yards out. And in fact, no, a big part of it was on the left-hand side, so in front of the Milburn in the first half. And he tried to play it and it come off the defender and then it come off and went for a throw-in. And there's a bloke stands 4 or 5 down from me giving dogs abuse. And he's one of these ones who,
Where
like...
do you sit in the Gallagher?
Strawberry Corner. I'm
Alright.
behind you, I see. I think I'm behind you. I'm sure I've seen the flag there a couple of times.
Bobby Robson one? No?
No, that one.
Maybe.
Oh, that one? You don't do that one anymore, do you?
I've took it a few times.
I might be wrong. I might just be bullshitting, to be honest with you.
I sit like in the I'm in the East Stand, 18-yard box in the Gallagher, about 10 rows back.
If I'm like looking straight ahead, I've got the front row of the Gallagher, like seats.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'm on the right hand side, the east hand side of Strawberry
How far
Corner.
are you?
Back row.
Oh, you're back row.
Bad lads and that, they go, aye.
Bad lads, bang on.
Smirking tabs and that, like. Fitting the visa bus drivers and stuff like that, like.
How many
aye.
lasses you fingered up there? Well, I was saying that.
Just myself. Just myself. That's why I've got to keep my fingernails long now, like, just because it hurts more going in. But what was on about? Diarmi, and he lost it, and this bloke next to me started giving him dogs abuse, and I thought, it's literally the first step. He's quite tidy up to that point. This is like about 25 minutes, half an hour in.
Ridiculous, I think.
He's winning the ball, playing it off. He was doing. I will keep on going about with Norwich away last season. He did what he did there. He come on, if you remember, I think he came on for callback. It sat quite deep, and he changed the game.
It was a long day that made us.
I was.
Right,
But yeah, I
perfect.
keep forgetting. Like, I woke up that morning, went for Breckley, and had to walk in the city centre. He was on a bus all the way down there. Like,
No, I
train,
drove.
wasn't it?
I
Oh, he
drove.
drove.
Aye.
Hell.
But we had a good 5 hours longer. But a fair few hours before kick-off, because it was on the Tuesday at 8 o'clock when it
We
kicked
got
off.
there early, didn't we?
We got there about 11 o'clock.
Like, it must have been about 5, 6 in the afternoon. I saw he was in the bar, and that was a good 2 hours before kick-off. But
No.
no, Johnny did that there when he sat deep, and he just kind of. I thought, the game's kind of passing by here. Because I've got him in my head, it might be a lazy comparison I'm making, I've got him in my head as a Sissoko type of player where he wants to sit off the front man, maybe he's gone wide. But I thought he looked good deep, and early on against Watford he did as well, and then...
I thought he was pressing the ball quite well, you know.
Aye, I did.
You know, when he closes a man down, you got Perez who closes a man down, but he doesn't really want to get involved in anything.
We'll talk about him later, because we had a little
I
disagreement
thought
about Perez last night.
I thought when Diarmi presses a man, he presses the man. Like, he generally tries to charge the ball down. But I'm not saying he played well by any stretch, because no one played well, but he wasn't a 3. He didn't deserve dog's abuse. Like,
No.
sorry.
And I mean,
did the same guy give any Richie any shit?
Not that I just think
Not that you remember.
the bloke hates life, to be honest with you.
It's bollocks. Some players are untouchable, man.
He would do it with Obertan as soon as he saw him on a team sheet. He started having a go at him.
Yeah.
And I mean, Obertan wasn't very good. Let's not kind of beat about the bush, like. But you think, well, it's a thing I put on Twitter. I say, well, get behind the team, like, you know what I mean. If that crap, I mean,
the man just tells you every week.
Aye,
that's what I mean. Like,
every fan I speak to, the same people who are a championship team or a championship team in the Premier League. So what are you complaining for then? Well, if you know it's a championship team, just get behind them then. But so if you know we're shit, just get behind them. I don't know what you're complaining for.
Premier League team in the championship.
Aye.
Well, I had an argument actually at half time.
Why can't it not just be like an average team that could be Premier League, could be Championship? Who knows?
Somewhere between the two.
I went for a piss and I came out and I went to the bar to order my drinks for full time. This guy was going absolutely ballistic, right? Saying he must have said it at least 12 times, right, to his mate, who must have been sick of him.
What if he's watching?
Or a championship, I hope he is. A championship team or a championship team in the Premier League, which he honestly said that phrase 12 times. I tapped him on the shoulder and I went, hey mate, could you name us Watford starting 11, please? You know what do you mean? I said, name us their starting 11. Name us Huddersfield starting, name us Brighton starting 11. I did that. I says, right, so on paper, in my opinion, and I put this on Twitter, our team, our manager, is better than getting Olayed after 60 minutes at home against Watford. We are better than that.
I'd say so. Like,
I'm not saying that we're very good, but to be getting Olayed after 60 minutes.
We're Newcastle fans.
Nah,
wait. Do you not think if you go across other clubs and they go, name Newcastle starting 11?
Huddersfield beat Man United at home.
Name them.
I'm telling you now, man for man, we're better than Huddersfield. I didn't care what anyone says.
I agree with you.
I didn't care who they've bought in the summer. I didn't care what they've spent. I look at their team and I look at ours. I know I'm playing on paper here, but that's what when people say we're a championship team, they're only looking at paper because they're going, oh, he's shit, whatever. We should not be getting beat 3-0 by 60 minutes. They were fucking Olaying, man. They were passing. We couldn't get the ball off them, man. I didn't care. We should be better than that. We should be better than that. Rafa is a great manager. We should be set up better than the way that we were for that game set up, and we should not be getting humped like that.
Do you think Rafa...
We were terrible on that game.
Rafa could have took a lot of that blame for that game, the way we were set up.
I think so. I know I'm going to be met with a bit of...
You're not making...
Not derision, but I don't think we should have... I think one up front. One up front. We did every game last season, got them promoted. Started the season with one up front.
Yeah.
And there were people were crying for 2 up front.
Yeah, I was one of them.
The problem with 2 up front for me, and I'm not saying if I'm not a football manager, you know what I mean?
No, it's opinion.
You know what I mean? Far from it, like, but for me, if you play 2 up front, obviously that extra man's got to come from somewhere. And invariably, you're not going to take a man out of defence unless you play 3 with 2 wing backs, in case you kind of negate the point. You've got to have, like, you're on a bit of paper there, Gale or Hostel dropping back, or someone to replace them. Perez played behind them, or Diarmi has done, Shelby, Marino, whoever. And I think that's what's happened. Has been overrun. When you look at the second half against Man U, the whole Watford game, less so last night from what I can gather. Like I said, I didn't see it. But we've been overrun at that second half against Man U. It felt like it was more than 2 goals conceded.
Yeah.
It felt like all 4 won the second half just because it was like absolutely incessant.
Yeah.
Well, the Man U game, every time they went forward, it looked like we're going to...
We said this last week, actually, that I've been one of these that has been flagging for 2 at home, 2 up front, sorry, more so at home, if I'm being honest with you.
Right.
Not that should really make a difference. You're on grass that's green and you've got 11 against 11. But anyway, maybe at home, 2 up front. But the Man United game, because we were getting so outrun, I really thought he would have went 3 in midfield, just to try and just fucking stop them coming forward a bit. But he didn't. I'm still happy with 2 up front. I'm just annoyed with the 2 that he's picking every week. I'm annoyed that Joselu constantly gets in. How can he keep getting in? Like I didn't understand it. Me, like I mean, I'll fast forward a little bit. Last night, I actually thought he played well last night. I thought his hold-up play was better than I've seen it in ages.
I think his hold-up play is all right.
It was really good last night. Like,
something that's probably quite telling with Oslo is he's played 13, 14 games. I don't know if he's right-footed or left-footed.
Yeah, well, no, I'll give you that one. He never.
That's a good shout.
I'll give you that.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that one.
I'm guessing he's right-footed because he went to
right.
kick it with his left against Watford and he completely missed. So I'm guessing he's right-footed.
But he's not doing enough. He's not doing enough.
He's not. I don't think he's a shot footballer out like that. And I think with.
He's a £5 million striker, I mean.
Yeah, he is. Aye. He does hold the ball up well, and he's quite clever in his movement and stuff. And early on against Man U, he'd come deep for the ball, and he played off to Richie or Murphy, who I think is getting better. But the thing is, if there's no one else scoring goals, then Kieran Clark's the top scorer now, only with 2.
There's 3, isn't there? There's 3. I think it's it not Clark, Lascelles, and Hostelou.
It doesn't surprise me because I've said this. I've banged this drum from the first day before we even got promoted. We'll not get enough goals.
No.
And I said this from day one that I'm worried that we'll not get enough goals. I actually thought we were strong at the back. I thought we were hard to beat. them days have gone.
Until the cells
We're just not.
disappear.
Well, maybe if Lascelles comes back. But that Watford game, I've got a picture on my phone, right?
You sure? You sent it.
Did I send you?
You sent that in the group the other day.
God, man.
And
Like,
show Besty now. You still got it.
honestly,
It'll
mate.
be easy if you get
Is that
it.
the shape of the team like?
It's the back four.
the back four.
You've
well,
seen nothing like it. Man.
I've never seen it like it.
We're getting pulled about all over the place. Like it was just like the Man U match the second half where
I think we've got actually one centre back playing in the position where you'd expect your centre back to be. Then the other three, God knows what they're doing.
Yeah, we're gone.
I was surprised how much they needed at Lascelles. Like I didn't.
So that's our back four there.
Jesus Christ! I'm trying to work out who's who there. That's Richie there, isn't it?
There's Perez on the ground, which I found quite amusing. So
Right.
in there in the middle there.
He must have just put in a bone crunching challenge here. And he's just. I'm assuming that's a centre half. So is that Yedlin?
No, I don't know where he is. I don't even.
I can't work it out.
It's a moral of the story, innit?
I know that's Lejeune. That's definitely Lejeune there.
Aye.
100%. I think that's Manquillo. So I think that's Clark and somebody else. I don't know.
Aye.
But that's ridiculous.
Oh,
That's
that is,
ridiculous,
aye.
man. It's
Lejeune, whenever Yedlin was out of position against Watford in the second half, I noticed bombing like again in front of Milburn. Lejeune's just got no pace whatsoever. He really hasn't. Like,
He's got none.
Nah.
And you could tell that the first time I ever watched him, I thought, he has the quality, and I'll go back to Colo again. That
Is he the clone of Colaccini? Is he
think-
Colaccini's son?
like a regen.
Aye.
It's tough. It's tough for him. He's new to the league. He's come back from a long-term injury, and we're not playing that well anyway. So it's very tough for him, I think, to just walk in and be the man we want him to be. I think if he had Lascelles alongside him, it may help him a lot.
And I would say Clark
you know?
hasn't been the same player without Lascelles
Clark
alongside.
looks
No, he's
shaky
not.
as
Clark,
fuck.
yeah.
Clark looks shaky as fuck. And I hate to say that.
I
but
heard he
he
was at
does.
fault for the first last night. Like,
He was, well, and Yedlin really.
I
But
can't remember what the first one was.
Horrendous.
headed
The
out
worst
from
you'll
about
see.
4 yards out.
That long, again, the target did the same side as Watford did all game. Yedlin tried to anticipate a ball.
Was that not the second?
No, the first one.
I've not seen the second yet.
Gibbs beat. It was Yedlin obviously has
So yeah,
pace, of course.
he steps up.
He steps
And
up
the
for
ball guy's
some
always
reason. What he's thinking there. He then tries to catch up with Gibbs. Gibbs crosses it. But again, we're all ball watching.
Yeah.
Just ball watching, not even marking the right
So we
men.
just jumped straight to that game.
Well, that was a shocker. And you know why I got annoyed? He brought Meter on again, he made his substitutions far too late.
He does that like.
Far too late.
Yeah.
He brought Meter on, and we've talked about it the week before. We're 4-1 down at the time, he brings Mitrovic on.
We'll just say that
And
man
it's as
you
if you
game.
think, is he setting up the field? 3-0 down, 10 minutes to go, he brings Meter on. You think, nah, fuck you.
When that
Fuck it,
happens,
that's
I think
unacceptable.
the only reason that substitution has happened because Joslu's starting the next game. And I think
He's
that's
just
just the
he's
team.
given it a bit, 20 minutes.
He should have made changes at half time. It was 2-0 at half time. We conceded again right in the last minute of half time again, which we've done again last night.
3 in a row now.
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, that man. I'm telling you, it's not good enough. That like, and then when I honestly thought, I said everyone sitting around, I was like, he will make changes at half time today. He's got to change that.
It's that Watford game.
The Watford game, and he didn't. I couldn't believe it, man. There was players did not deserve to come out that second half, and he made changes. Like it was 78 minutes was his first change or whatever it was.
He does. He makes him really late. I read a book a couple of years ago, like numbers game thing, and it's statistically your best time to make a substitute is 58 minutes if you're getting beat. And I always make him like
You
mental
normally
notes
have
on
it around
58
the
minutes.
60 minutes. That's where you would expect your
Makes
sub
sense
to be.
because
60
you're giving
minutes.
them a chance coming out of half time. You're giving them 10-15 minutes to see if you've actually fucking woke up.
Aye.
And if you haven't, you're getting off.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, you know, and I agree with you totally.
Statistically, it's this thing. 58 minutes is the best for your first one. I think it's 74 for your second. And it's like this is this thing it's gone over hundreds of thousands of matches. And I make a mental note 58 minutes every game, and he's never. He might have done at some point, like injuries and stuff.
Because
like
of
that.
an injury, probably. Yeah.
But seldom you'll have made a change
You're
before
right.
then.
Oh, I agree completely.
But maybe it's just his way that he's quite pragmatic, and I think he likes to kind of just give the lads a bit of a chance. And he's obviously got some sort of methodology that he's trying to implement.
Yeah, I can maybe see a good side in that. I mean, if you're a player that's played dog shit the first half, and you go in, you come out the second half, you probably know I'm going to get at least another 20-25 minutes here. Because you know, as you've said, he's not going to make a change. But for me, that's wrong. That's just wrong. Like it's just.
I'm not sure who it was, but someone tweeted out that after the Watford game, saying, I'm sure it was Watford game, saying that looking at the two teams at half time, the subs, the Watford players came out with the coaches doing drills. Newcastle players came out and they're just passing the ball to each other, like Miro just had his coat hanging like down by his side and that. Like
we used to do that in our party, didn't we? Even like when the players came out for the start of the second half, they had cones set up and stuff, and they do like the odd sprints, and people took the piss then, thinking it's a joke, blah blah blah. But Rafa's a clever guy. You mentioned that one about 58 minutes. I reckon Rafa knows that. He's probably read that book. Probably fucking wrote it.
He would have done
Do
like
you know
that.
what I mean? He'll know that.
he
but-
definitely didn't write it.
No,
like,
what I'm saying is
when he's making the subs in the 80th.
what I mean is that he'll know these stats. He's not stupid, but it is weird though that it's consistently now, isn't it? Every game, I think every fan sitting there going, "Fuck me, change it, man.
Yeah,
change it. It's not going to change. Like it's just not going to change." But anyway, It was a terrible game, worst I've probably seen in fucking years.
Right, so we'll jump on to the game which was last night, which was
Shite. I'm just kidding, I'm just
the
joking.
West Brom game.
Yeah.
We got there just before Porgy was announced, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he takes out and you know we're getting
Aye.
beat off him. You know for fire what's happening.
Maybe, aye.
So, some 5 changes in that lineup. The
It was
first one
brilliant,
was the surprising one for me, Elliot Fodolo.
I thought Elliot had been carrying a knock since the Burnley game, I thought, but
He was at fault, I would say, for a couple of the one. Well, not at fault, but he could have done better.
Watford.
The Watford game,
Certainly, Man U. I think the first one's his ball. Not after it's been headed, but he should be coming to clear
the
that.
6-yard box.
that's
goal.
my only worry with him is
Ball
that.
coming at an angle,
Yeah,
and I think is it Smalling?
Smalling, aye.
Smalling, aye.
That's keeper's ball that all day.
100% agree. Aye.
And
That's
looking
his
back
problem.
not last season, but the season where Elliot has been playing, I've always been confident with him around the 6-yard box because it's Darlow where I'm not normally confident in the 6-yard box because he seems that he's dropped it a few times where he's going to catch it.
Darlow, I've gone on record. I'm not his biggest fan, like, but he's got really sticky hands. Something I've noticed with Darlow is that he comes for the ball like 15, 16 yards out. He seems to say before the cross even coming, he seems to think, right, I'm going for
I'm
this.
getting that.
Which is,
Oftentimes he does. I think he's quite rash.
he is.
I think his decision making's pretty dodgy. We had the thing at Norwich we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And Rotherham, that super save he made at home last season. When he's
Yeah,
scrambled,
I know what you mean,
that was
unreal.
because he lost it to start with.
He did, aye.
He's sliding outside the box with the ball like 20 whatever yards from goal.
That Dummett, the one you want about, I think, because I was trying, the one when he hit home Wolves, headed it back, come out too far.
Yeah.
Maybe. What he's very much like, you know, when you say a keeper needs to make, you make your decision and you stick by it. I think Darlow was one of them. Whereas
He
you
is,
say,
yeah.
if he's going to come for a cross, he's coming for it. Hell or high
right.
water, he's coming. I 100% I think.
Do you want to drink any drink?
I get a pint from morning.
Of
Of course. No, forget that.
But Elliot, for me, honest to God, will not come out like. He will not come out. And there's so many good. And shot stopping, he's amazing, I have to be honest. Some of the saves he's done recently are amazing. I think in the dressing room he must be very good, I'd imagine.
100%, I would imagine.
Or
100% behind the scenes, Elliot is probably one of the
yeah. And I've got no qualms with him. I didn't want to criticise him, so I've got a lot of time for him.
Something Elliot does for me, and I've
time.
seen other people criticise about it as well, is when he saves it. And Matt Sells did this a couple, remember him? He did this a couple of times last year.
Don't take it back.
He'd save it but push it back into play. There was a derby last
Oh,
last
you think
home
Elliot
derby.
doesn't? You think Elliot does that as well?
He definitely does. There was the home derby last year. Towards the end of the season when Mitrovic scored the header later on that fucking that I got in the
He
pitch.
done the best save I've ever seen in that game.
Aye?
The best game.
I can't remember it.
It was Van Aanholt, the left. He shot towards the Leeds' end.
Aye.
And that was. I still don't know how he saved that.
Aye.
Honestly, aye. But sorry,
He does it. The goal they scored was that I forget who had the shot now, and he saves it, but it goes straight up in the air,
I did, didn't it?
and it just bounced in a 6-yard box at the forward. I kind of he heads it in or taps it in, but he did. And I'm loath to criticise by either of them. I don't think Darlow's great. I think Elliot's better of the two, but he has got that in his game, and it does cost you. It does cost you points. I mean, it costs you goals. I wouldn't say it's what sent me down that year. It's a contributing factor perhaps, but I think
can see
I think
why-
he's saved more points than he's cost with.
You can't see why Rafa's been looking for.
Oh yeah,
I do agree there. Yeah, I do. I remember to go far back again is when I remember Elliot got injured, didn't he? Before when we were on the way down.
He spent most of the
And
championship out, didn't he?
Were absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
We were
He got injured
devastated.
in National G.
Aye, that's
not long
right.
after Krull got in. It was not long
That's
after
right,
Krull.
yeah.
He had the same injury.
We lost
Darlow
Krul,
finished the season, didn't he?
Yeah,
When he went down.
and I thought, fuck, like we've got Darlow in now. I thought we were done, and Darlow done mint. And
did
the
too.
penalty save against
Superb,
Palace and
aye.
things like that. He was absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
And
that
I-
penalty save, man.
against
Goodbye
Dubai,
as well,
it was
aye,
unreal.
aye.
And I'm going through the championship like so in my mind, and I know he did some mistakes, but he pulled off some unreal saves. I remember the Forest game when he saved 2 fucking penalties, man. Or whatever.
Aye, did, aye.
He really like good.
He did,
And
he made some fantastic
He
saves
really
last season,
did. He
did,
really
aye.
did. And I
It
do
always seems
agree
to be
that.
the clangers that stay in your mind, though, isn't it?
Well, it will
Especially
be.
for a keeper.
Of course, aye. Of course it
Case in point, not that I'm comparing Darlow with him, but Bramble, he would play brilliantly for 86 minutes, but you knew that he was going to miss the ball somewhere.
There's something in
Or
him,
he was going to do an air kick, and that's going to cost. And keepers are the same. If a keeper makes a mistake,
You bug eye.
you remember it. And
Strikers
I say
can
that.
do it,
I say that as a bloke who played in goal for like 15, like really, really bitterly. Played in goal 15, 20 years, and whenever I made a mistake, which in fairness was like all the time, like it was my fault, and it was. What kind of point am I trying to make here?
Now, basically, you remember the
I
bad ones,
more,
not the good ones.
Like Hossley's probably not fair either because he keeps on making mistakes and people notice it.
We're gonna go through
Marino. We'll
full
call Marino
team.
because Marino I think loses the ball quite cheaply sometimes in the middle of the park.
Last night he
Last
did
night.
terribly.
He did it once against Watford when he came on as well, about 30,
did.
40 yards
Straight,
out,
aye,
and they
yeah.
attacked off the back of it.
Yeah, right, aye.
But people tend not to remember that because it's in the middle of the park and you've got a bit more of a buffer. Whereas goalkeepers,
Absolutely.
and maybe I've been a bit overly critical of Darlow in the past because of this, because he makes a mistake and I think, oh, he's outrageous, shit, get him out. And maybe he's not. He's just kind of, he's a good championship keeper. Maybe, I think we've probably got the poorest two keepers in the Premier League. He said, I could probably name about 3 Premier League keepers, so that's.
So
I want to limb there, like.
Put that one
I want
out.
to limb there, like, but I can't. I mean,
I think we're all right there,
but
mate.
Gomez was a proper dodgy keeper, wasn't he? Until
He is dodgy.
Oh, yeah,
He
he
is.
is.
He is.
Yeah,
He
he is,
is.
didn't give him out to do on Saturday. Mitrovic side-footed one at him.
I think Forster's a dodgy
Yeah.
keeper. Who was in last night? I think he's always been a dodgy
shit.
keeper.
Aye, but
Who, Fraser Forster? He's
Not
No,
Fraser
Ben
Forster.
Foster.
Ben Foster.
Oh, Ben. Oh, sorry. I think Fraser Forster's overrated.
he had a really good season. He got injured again, didn't he? Fraser Forster, and the team to have a bad effect on him.
He had a fucking May against us down at Mary's there. He was terrible, man. Remember when Perez scored? He's shite, man. He's shite. But anyway,
He was really
terrible.
poor,
Terrible.
that's right.
But I was very surprised. I was so happy, that my member was back in. And I didn't play very well. But
So was I when I seen him until he started playing,
but
mate.
Let's be realistic. Cheers, mate. Well, thank you. Let's be realistic, though, right? Like, he hasn't played in fucking how long, man? Like, he's coming on like from the cold, and sometimes it might be difficult to get up to
Not cold
speed.
in Africa, mate. That's
what I
where his
mean?
game from. That's where he's been playing his games.
Do you know
I
what
don't
mean?
think Rafa likes him.
No, I mean, clearly he doesn't.
I think
He clearly
it's a-
doesn't.
He's
But
got a list, hasn't he, Rafa?
how the fuck does he
Yeah,
like Mankiw, though? You kind of like Mankiw and not remember.
He was after Willie Caballero in the summer, apparently, wasn't he? And I don't think he's any better than Darlow or Elliott, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah, fair enough,
I'm not going to call Rafa racist yet, right? But
But
no, I'm not.
But he's a little racist.
But he always goes for Spanish lads first. Like Pepe Reina, fair enough. He's been a great keeper. He's a bit long in the tooth now, not like, but he's a good footballer. And I can think of ahead of Caballero, there's probably about 20 keepers where you go like, well, why not go
this
him
has been
instead?
like quite a little a talking point like on social media the last couple of weeks about the Spanish lads at Newcastle and like, how they continue to get the game and stuff like
Well,
that.
hustling.
Then Perez started getting dropped, so like
I like Perez, mate. Like, but I'm not hiding it out with that one. Like, I just think he's dead pretty.
I like his name.
Basically, but I mean, like, Hustler wouldn't have been signed, but we're not Spanish. Mankiw wouldn't have been signed if he wasn't Spanish.
You think?
I've no doubt in my mind. Marino,
Fair point, mate.
maybe, but it's a different thing because he was at Dortmund and he's highly
He's
regarded.
got a
as that,
history
like,
around him, man.
Aye, but Mankiw and Hustler, I've no doubt in my mind. If
Jesus.
definitely, because he's actually told us that in person.
But he bought because he's Spanish.
Not because he's Spanish. When that summer, I got shown on the training ground about 18 months ago now, something like that. No, less than that. Started last season. He said he just had a problem with his calf or his Achilles, which I think was quite common knowledge at the time.
Right, yeah.
This is September, October. I was there, and he says Jesus. He's the one he was upset about because when he came in that summer, he says, "Right, Jesus Gomez, he's the one I want," and it was like he's obviously got committees saying we'll get like I don't know Gail, Richie. That's not all his work. He's got the scouts.
Yeah, yeah.
But he said that's Mitrovic. Rafa says I want Jesus Gomez because I've seen he must know him from. I don't think he's managed him because he's been at Malaga, Atletico. I don't think they've crossed paths that much as a manager and player, but he was his man by all accounts.
It's a strange one, wasn't it?
Well, it is when you play him 4 times.
Like
It's strange then, you know what I mean? Like,
I remember they played Cheltenham in the League Cup earlier last season and he looked brilliant, but it was Cheltenham.
Yeah, no, I every time I've seen him, he was Swansea away. I thought he was.
Jumps. I don't even know what Cheltenham has jumps.
I'm not too sure. I'm not a race course, so I like that one.
I thought we beat Swansea away. I remember,
We're fucking donkeys with our team at the minute rather than horses.
and he played that game, and I thought he was amazing. Yeah,
I
thought
did,
he
that's
was
right,
absolutely brilliant. I thought, wow, like he looked good defensively, he looked switched on, he looked great going forward, and that was the only game he ever played. So,
I wonder if he's fallen out with someone. Or if Rafa's just kind of.
Do you think it was just having ally, like in the dressing room and that? Do you reckon?
Maybe that was a rumour about. Something I heard about making Colaccini captain was to keep Gutierrez and who else did I have Spanish speaking at the time? Someone else. Luis Enrique.
Luis.
Luis Enrique.
I loved him.
Luis Enrique was brilliant.
Apparently,
I've
heard like quite a few things from people that would know that around that time at Colaccini and Enrique and Gutierrez, if you were involved in the media, it was the worst time ever being a Newcastle player because the likes of Colaccini and Jonas used to make you wait.
Aye.
Like everyone else was out the changing room, like
Colo
say,
used to be the last out, didn't he?
say like half hour after the game and that.
Aye.
Colo and Gutierrez used to make a point of staying in there and making everyone wait for them.
Really?
There's a lot of hair they got to wash, wasn't there?
Between the two of them, like, aye. That's what was
Well, I heard similar things, but in regards to like they were practically though they would stay back and talk about the game for like fucking like an hour
dissecting it, like.
before after the game, like talk about the game and break it down, and then they would do the media duties, which obviously is really late by then, you know. But
I wonder if it's a cultural thing. Both being Argentine, it might be something.
Had a barbecue in that.
I had a lot of time for them too. I know when we went down, it wasn't too gravy like with Colo, but I thought he was great, like,
he was
for a long period of
like,
time. He really was.
I think it was just a horrible little crossover of the manager and the players that were there at the time. I think it was just a horrible little thing
There were certain games I remember Colo playing, like some of the derbies we had, especially at their place, away in Man United's and stuff, and Colo was unreal, like absolutely unreal. Like
you can draw a line from when he was trying to get the move to San Lorenzo, like that time. That was kind of after that he was fits and starts, but before that point I thought he was superb. Gutierrez,
yeah, Jonas was class.
Colaccini done well though during the Gutierrez time when Gutierrez got shipped off to Norwich and whole cancer thing which was going on in Newcastle behind the scenes.
That was so bad that.
But that's what I mean. Colaccini done really well because he never really came out and slayed anything until the end.
Would have been easy to as well, wouldn't it?
It would have been,
like
especially with him being his mate. Like, you should see the way they're treating
it
this.
surprised me when they did come out. I was surprised that Colo hadn't. Like I remember, it was the first thing I thought. I was like, "Fuck now, he was still playing and blah blah blah." I didn't see anything. And
it must have been hard for Colaccini at the time. Like what was all going on.
Oh, it would have been, definitely.
He would have been pissed off because we didn't let him go in the first place. Let's be realistic. You know what players are like, man.
It's not the fact we didn't let him go. It's the fact that the San Lorenzo couldn't afford to take him off. And he was still a valuable player for us at the time, like money wise.
He was one of the players, Gutierrez, that his debut at Old Trafford. Like his
yes,
debut,
I remember it, yeah.
And I remember sitting there. I played football. I used to play football for the Clock on a Sunday. Sitting there with lads watching that and thinking, I can't believe he plays for us. Like it was. I went
class, wasn't he?
I went to club shop next day and got the silver shirt with Jonas.
I did, fucking hell, I did. Do you know what I did? The mistake.
Romance is making
Do you know what I did though?
See before we started.
The silver one with Northern Rock on.
Aye.
I bought the silver with Northern Rock on. I fucking got Gutierrez. I didn't get Jonas. I'll never forget it. I was like, fuck. I remember I got a print and I went,
that would cost you a fortune.
I was like, that's not his fucking name. Well, it is his name, but he doesn't have Gutierrez on his back. But anyway, no, I agree. I thought he was fantastic. No, I had a lot of time for him all the time.
I might have had Danny Guthrie on the back of that shirt. I don't know if I did.
The thing I loved about Jonas is even though when we were shit, and like, it happens now. Do you know what's when we're at home? Like Watford, for example, we're getting beat 3-0. Neither one wants the ball anymore. Like, we'll just go along. Gutierrez would be the one that would say, fucking give us it, and he would still try to beat a man or whatever. And I loved him. I really did.
I remember the season, the good season with Pardew. You'd have Bar Cisse, the second half of the season, he'd have Bar Cisse, Ben off up front. Gutierrez dropped back with Tiote and Cabai. And there was no fuss. It wasn't like, he's pinning his up, like, you know, when he got Kieran Dyer with the captain's armband.
Yeah.
Gutierrez didn't do that. He just, I'll play deep back.
He did. And he was alright. He was alright.
He just wanted to play football, didn't he?
Remember the goal he scored against Chelsea, the header in the Gallagher? He pulled his shirt off.
His mum had died, though, hadn't she?
That same week. I didn't realise that.
His mum had died that week, and he, as you say, went. That was amazing. Unbelievable. A lot of time. Sorry, we've really digressed here.
I miss Jonas.
I do.
You always like Jonas the biggest fan.
I've got a Norwich shirt with Jonas in the back, like that. I love the bloke.
I do. I really do. I really do. Honestly, a lot of time for him.
His sister got loads of prints off me. You know, when he came back, and he came on as a sub. In college, I think did Colaccini give him the armband, the captain's armband? Did Colaccini go off?
He was definitely made captain, but I think
he was made captain, wasn't he? I can't remember when, but he came on as captain. And there's a thing where he's running on the pitch, and I've done like loads of oddie shit with it. And I've done that, and his sister, I've got it, and apparently it's up in the family houses and that.
Right.
That's meant that, like.
I remember. I used to say.
Remember the Wijnaldum one? I mean, he's got his windowsill.
I think I can remember that. Actually, put a photo on Instagram.
Who was the Sunderland player? That
Jermaine Lenz.
Aye.
That's right, aye.
He had bought him a PlayStation, right? So there's Wijnaldum like posing with his new PlayStation, saying, "Oh, thanks for me PlayStation." Look over his shoulder, my print's on his windowsill behind the printer. You cheeky little shit.
The bloke's on 60 grand a week, and his pals bought a PlayStation.
I know, that's ridiculous. I was thinking
that was what he called. That was our sponsorship. That was advertisement stuff. That had to be.
I used to see Jonas at work all the time. Like, he used to always come in, and he had a BlackBerry, I remember, and he used to come in, he was like, I need a new SIM card for this. Like, he used to always come in, you know. And he used to come in with his lass, and his lass was unreal. Like, every time she all the lads, she was like, fucking hell. And
it was Kev. Do you know Kevin? Oh,
Nicholas, aye.
Kevin Nichols' ex-lass was her mate, wasn't it? That he was going out with.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Brogan's mate.
I didn't know.
I'm sure it was her.
So then she came back in, this is like a while later, to be fair, like, she came in absolutely fucking furious. I couldn't understand a word she was trying to say to us. And she was basically saying, like, and I remember, I didn't realise at first that it was her, so I logged in. There came up Jonas Gutierrez, like, on the account. I went, oh fuck! And then I realised who it was. I'm like, listen, like, you can't do anything for you, like, because you're not him type of thing, you know what I mean? And she was going, he was going ballistic. Like, absolutely ballistic, honest to God, right? So she left. 10 minutes later, Jonas come running in, and he was like, hey, and I came out, what's the man? He went, you need to change my sim, And he was, and I was like, what's the matter?
She's already got you.
And I was like, yeah, she's already been in. Like, and he was just going, he was fucking giving it the crosses and everything when he was going fucking with it. And it was that blondie. I don't know if you've seen his lasses fucking on his new lasses, like
the new
celebrity
one,
in Brazil or something.
The new one, presenter or something.
That's right, presenter. Right.
Oh, that's right. I was always putting the photos on it.
That's right. So we're sure that he was having a fling with.
So that.
Funny times though. And I remember before he left, it was two things I did. It was my dad's birthday that week, so I ran across the road at Clinton's and got a card. My dad, he wrote it out and went, happy birthday, love Jonas. I was like, that's mint, Dad loved it.
Did you get one?
Eh?
Did you get one?
Get him what? A card?
Your dad a card?
Oh, well, of
Just
course.
get one
I
with Jonas.
think I signed it.
Dad didn't get your card.
And me.
Jonas and your son.
And his son. The one above was more important. And then the second time was the time when he was kicking off, and I went, hey, can I get a picture of you? He went, I didn't bother, right? And then he got a photo. And I felt a bit shit really because he's having a fucking love affair and that.
I love it for
But,
you.
you know, good crack though.
I
Anyway,
love
back to
Jonas.
West
I
Brom.
Love Jonas, mate.
I do as well.
Legend. Can we just start a Jonas podcast?
I'd gladly.
100%.
Absolutely gladly. I get involved.
100%.
What's he doing now?
He's
Apart from
still
posting
there,
photos of his six-pack everywhere he goes.
Aye. Have you ever seen the photo of him, Colo, Shola and Rob Elliott on holiday?
Aye,
That's someone Eddie's got a
And he
kite,
always
like-
there as well.
Because Shola's like,
And,
That was
Um,
Vegas, wasn't it? It was Vegas, I think.
Dan Gosling.
was gone.
There's loads
Oh,
of
Perchy was. I know Perchy was there.
Aye.
He's got underpants now, wasn't he?
all the Speedos.
Aye, because there's a photo of the four of them, and it's like the four different. Shola's there, like absolutely resplendent, keep ripping and that. Like, you go along, Jonas is there, and he's like in decent nick. Colour's there, and he's alright. Then you've got Rob Elliott, looks like me. Rob Elliott's there, he's like he's torn off denim shorts and that. Like, he's chupa chups.
I love Rob Elliott. He's class, isn't he? Just doesn't give a shit.
No, he
meant,
doesn't. No, he really doesn't give a shit. Him. He's the type that I would imagine in the dressing room that would tell you, like just straight on the line, like.
Can you remember the whole Colours Party hashtag that was going off on Twitter?
Yeah,
a few years ago? Rob Elliott, because I made them daft t-shirts. Rob Elliott bought 20 of them of us.
Did he?
I went to his house and delivered them for
That's
him.
meant that, like.
Class.
Loves up here, didn't he? I mean, he's son would settle down up here and all that.
He's
like,
already said after football, like, he wants to move up here and stay up here.
That's meant that, like, aye. I love that.
Because we keep mint.
Well,
That's why.
One of these lads, like,
He's on the wrong side of the town, like.
maybe.
who lived down, it was Martins and Zogby lived down here, didn't they?
Aye, Martin's
Did he not
lived
live
at,
Lived next to
Martins.
our house.
he lived at
Did he?
Thingman, you know, aye,
Aye.
next to him, you know, them like flat things, like,
Yeah.
I used to live there, aye.
a bit
I
random,
went to a
isn't it?
party of his before, once after years, that was his house.
Hey, over for any more?
I went back, and
Did he touch
still didn't know who it was, didn't have a clue. I didn't know it was his house, we just went back with people, and I got there and he was in the fucking kitchen,
What was he cooking?
flipping fucking pancakes and that, it's fucking going mental, and I was like,
Was it Shrove Tuesday?
I was like, it's fucking over for me, man. I was like, yeah, he was like, he couldn't speak a word of English, like.
As he was flipping the pancakes, was he flipping at the same time?
Aye,
Is that his trick?
All the way from the sitting room, it's all the way. I was
I
like,
could do
hey,
a flip, I just do it everywhere, me. Like.
I wouldn't know the guy.
The reckon he was
Never
on
know,
about-
we don't do
I might learn how to do a flip, and every time I deliver a parcel with my job, I might just do a flip. Because that's like a goal, isn't it?
flips for tips at Christmas.
people
Flips
that,
for tips.
Yeah.
people that were at the house were saying that he was, I think he was on about 83, 90 grand a week, somewhere around there, right? And they reckon
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
they got paid on like Thursday night, so it was like Friday morning, and he didn't have a penny come Monday afternoon.
I've heard that, no.
Didn't have a penny in her.
What?
And I remember
Was it like an unblown?
one time we went out in Shields, and
Casinos,
that was when we
I
went back there, and he couldn't come out for a drink, man.
He's skinned.
And he said that in the place. He says, "Oh, I just stopped in. I just stopped in." And they were going because he's got no money. He's on 90 grand a week,
You
man.
kidding?
And it was gone after 4 days. What the fuck? What's going on there? I don't know if he gambled. I don't know if he sent money home. I don't know. But he had no money after 4 days. He's on 90 grand a week.
Fuck me.
I've heard the same, a very
You heard
similar
the same?
story, like, aye.
Bad
Look,
crap. Like.
a lot of the African lads do send their money home, don't they? Like, I'm sure I've heard.
That's what it might have been. Obviously,
Sure, it wasn't all that, like.
I was just really shocked. Yeah, as me, fucking, I was on about, like, at that time, we were fucking 200 quid a week or something. And I was like, I was still out there fucking living at large and fucking escape. He was sitting in the house fucking on his hands flipping pancakes. You know what I mean? It's 90 grand a week.
Mental,
man.
that, like.
Honestly, aye.
You should have just kept the tenner aside, got an escape Thursday night.
At that
It's all
time,
you can drink for a tenner, mate.
at that time, it would have been all you can drink in this
Aye.
year. For a tenner,
I was in every week, mate, I loved it.
Unbelievable.
Best times of my life.
Yeah, this was the best game out of the two that we're going
Yeah,
to talk
sorry,
about.
sorry,
we'll get back to this.
Right, West Brom, 5 changes. Why don't you spoke about the changes? 5 changes. Dollar was 1.
Aye.
Marino was back in.
Oh, Hayden was back. as
Hayden
well.
was back
I
in.
loved that suspension.
Who else was it? Perez
for Gale.
came back in.
And Bemba left back.
Bemba left back.
Aye.
And we've just said, well, happy with this Mbemba thing.
Chuffed, aye.
Yeah, he wasn't as good as last time he was playing, was he?
No, but
He's better than Manquillo still.
I personally, that's Phillips. Was Phillips, wasn't it, that was against him? Matt Phillips. I could be
He had a
wrong with
good
the name.
game, aye.
He was
He had a
all
good
right.
game.
I think he would have absolutely had Mankiw on toast.
Yeah.
I thought Memema done all right against him, actually. I know he got in behind him a few times, but he was all right. I thought Memema was poor when he had the ball. That's why I was more. I wasn't really that
Do you
annoyed
know,
with him defensively. It
I'm
was when he had the ball.
confident when a player runs at Mbemba because he just seems to step up when he's got the ball.
He did loads
Yeah.
of times against
Loads.
Phillips. He did.
But when
loads
the
of
team is taken on the wing, that's when he struggles, when
Yeah.
it's on the wing.
Oh, he seemed to struggle.
But if they're running towards you, you'll just step on. He's got the ball and go away.
Yeah. No, when he got the ball, he was a bit shaky, like. But as I've said 15 minutes ago when we got talking about it, that it's his first game back, and I don't know. But he's maybe a bit cold, maybe a bit, Yeah. And it's not really his natural position. We have to remember that.
Yeah.
He's not a left back, so. And that's why I try not to slag Mankiw too much, because it's not his natural position either. So I need to cut him a bit slack. But I do honestly think he's better than Mankiw. Like, I really do. But
I do. I'd agree with you.
I was happy Hayden was back in. I was disappointed Shelby got dropped. I don't know if he did that because he think he needed a rest. I'm not sure, but I was disappointed though.
To be fair, against Watford, Shelby was trying a little too hard.
He does that.
Too many betting balls,
yeah.
too many of this golden ball.
I think 3 games out of every 5 you'll get him doing that, but it's
Yeah.
probably worth that for the 2 games where it comes off.
Yeah.
At Liverpool or
I
West
think-
Ham's debut.
I think he suits a better out of a 3-man midfield, Shelby, in regards
Yeah.
to, because when we play him and Diarmi will look so overrun, it was untrue. Whereas I've said this many times, I'd love to see Hayden sitting and then Marino and Shelby together.
You've said this from this day
Be
one, haven't you?
wonderful, man.
Would he fancy one of them as number 10? Maybe it's Marino behind.
I was
Mitrovic, how
I was kind of saying either or. My opinion was, I don't know, obviously, if it's possible, but maybe either or does the job, if that makes sense. So Marino goes one, Shelby would sit, or vice versa. Because I think either of them could do that role.
Aye.
I really do, and I think if you had Hayden literally sitting there, just being the sort of the stopper, I feel like, and just plays that 5-yard pass. But to be fair to Hayden as well, he likes to get forward every now and again.
He scored a few goals.
Man United away, he bombed forward. He should have scored, really.
Yeah.
Hayden likes to get in behind and things, but I just think the 3 in midfield, as much as I've banged the drum about 2 up front, if you've got a choice of playing Hayden, Marino and Shelby, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
If they're all fit and not suspended, you have to go with them 3. You have to, man.
Like you say, if we're looking at playing one of them number 10, I would probably go Marino number 10 because I would be a lot more confident in him doing the 1-2 football.
Oh,
than
yeah.
him and Shelby instead.
For me, it's because he's more likely to lose the ball. I know Shelby's often quite careless, as well, but Marino, as I say, he gets pushed off it every now and then. Like, and while that's happening, have him as far away from goal as possible.
He seemed very rusty last night. Very rusty.
I thought against Watford, he looked all right when he came on, but he's been away for, 3-4 weeks, like, so it's going to take time.
You can understand why.
And he's still new to the league as well.
Yeah,
You know?
he is. You're right. You're right. But he's one of them anyway. He lost the ball. I counted at least 12 times, or even more actually last night.
Right.
Not losing the ball because of a pass. I just mean a bad touch or too slow on the ball. He lost it a few times where we're in good areas and he's trying to slide a pass through, which is just impossible. Yeah. But I do like that. I like it when someone's in that area trying to play a pass and
trying to cut through the
I haven't got many players that does that. You know what I mean? So I kind of knock him for that. I just, as I agree, he's been out for a while, so he's a bit rusty. Like.
Right, Murphy. We've been quite critical of Murphy in the past.
I have
and
been,
I've said
me too, actually,
the last 2 games, he's starting to show that there's quality there.
I think it's his decision making. I remember watching the pre-season game against Verona, St James's, and he was bombing out. He was on the right hand side, and he was crossing when he should have been having a go and shooting when he should have been crossing. The Man U actually did it where he should have been playing Richie, I think. Actually, I mentioned that last week. Yeah. And he didn't, and his decision making wasn't great enough. I'm wondering now, because he seemed to improve during the Man U match for me. Mm-hmm. He seemed to kind of realise when he should be trying to beat his man and cut inside or whatever. And against Watford, I thought he was the best player.
Yeah, he was.
Which it kind of the bar's not very high there, to be honest with you. Like, but he looks dangerous. He looks. There's something in there, like. And he's got a bit of pace about him. He's got a bit of a not a beardy shuffle necessarily, but he can drop the shoulder and get away from his man. Just that extra half yard.
I like him in one sense because I think he's game to try and beat a man. Whereas I'm negative. The reason why I don't like Richie, and I love Richie to be fair, but the reason why I criticise Richie is I think Richie's quite negative. If he doesn't think, if there's a one man in front of him, he'll pass it back then. He's quite happy
every time.
Whereas I think Murphy, if there's 2 there, Murphy will still go, I'll just beat us both. I'm not saying he'll do it very often, but yet he did it last night where he went in between 2 of them. Like he's game to try and.
It doesn't matter how many times he loses the ball, he'll try it again.
And that's why I love Townsend. That's why I don't mind Aaron's, because they'll run at the fullback 100 times. They might get tackled 80 times, but they didn't give a fuck. They'll just keep running.
I'm looking forward to see this contest between Aarons and Murphy, because I think they're both very similar players.
Do you think Rafa would pick either of them ahead of Atsu?
No, I wouldn't. He shouldn't. No, I wouldn't either. Atsu's surprise. You know what it is? We've sat here and said, well, do you think we should buy him in the summer? Can we get better? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking hell, I'm begging for him to come back.
Yeah.
Like, let's be realistic. He's good, and he's all right, Atsu. Like, and he's good.
He's had one of them injuries that's lasting longer than the African months.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he was like, him and Mbemba were out for 3 months, like 3 African months, and they were back within like a day and a half.
Is there a Cup of Nations this year as well?
That's
Or not a World Cup?
No, it's
next
every
year?
2. Did not change it every 2 years?
I can't remember.
There's not one this
seemed
year.
every
There
year
might
for
be
a little while.
one this year.
No, there's not one. There was one last year.
Was it?
I lost the army and that, I did last year.
They wouldn't do it in the World Cup year, would they? Have they done that
No, there's
before?
not. There's definitely not one this year. Like,
They did shift it every 2.
someone's
though,
going to
didn't
come in and go, the fucking is. But there's not. I'm sure there's not, because there was
they?
one
They
last year.
definitely
Man.
shifted, because I know they 100% shifted every 2 years.
Yeah. Well, last year there was one because we lost Shelby because of suspension, and then we lost Atsu, the army.
Aye.
We lost quite a few of them. We were a bit worried.
Yeah.
We were a bit
Lazar.
worried at the time.
He was lost as well, him.
That's all. That's all.
He didn't come back, did he?
He's still in Yedlin's cupboard, so ain't he?
You see, his team's up in the league. They've scored 1 goal all season, I think. Lost 10 games. It'll be more than that now. He's like...
No, Lazar's
team. I forget, I can't...
Doesn't surprise us. He was a shocker.
They went to a teammate, looks like they've just got the kid from JJB, I think. That's all I remember. From Gandhi.
Ah, it was shite. He was terrible anyway. But if
He's
I was
getting there.
if I was
he's getting
Aaron's
there.
though, if I was Aaron's, I would say like I know he might be very good with his media stuff. He posts a lot of photos pre-season that he's working hard and he was training before everybody
just
else.
losing media stuff. Holy shit, them graphics he puts out before the game.
Oh, that crap, wasn't there?
Oh,
It's
man,
like
the
ISIS.
worst in Yamat. Remember Yamat?
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, go on Yamat's to
Oh,
like
so
when you
that.
get going, just go back over.
Oh.
Look at his and then. Oh,
I don't mean like-
I look at them and go, "How are you? You're paying someone to do this, man."
No,
Give me-
I know what you're
Pay me
saying.
some money.
I
know
don't
it's
mean
his-
like what Atson James's go 3 o'clock. I don't mean them ones. I mean
Go
what-
3 o'clock.
No, that's what he says. He says bullshit like that. Go 3 o'clock. It's best time ever.
How are 2 lads? Remember that?
Ah, yes.
Riviere.
Oh, that was
Yes.
Riviere. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Aaron's was like having like photos of him sort of like training and stuff
Yeah.
and trying to get fit and blah blah blah. And if I was Aaron's, I'd be like, really? Can I not get a chance ahead of Murphy? Because we weren't really. Murphy was quite poor, I thought, when he first started.
He looked awful first.
He did, and
Up until the Man U match, I thought he looked like a championship. I know what you said earlier.
Yeah.
He looked like a championship player that just couldn't
he's
make
dead.
a step up.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, you've got to give the bloke time and all that. He's only 20, 21.
Well, we got quite a bit shit. didn't
We
for
got
saying
shit,
stuff
aye,
like
we
that.
did, aye. Yeah, we did. And maybe we deserved it.
Hopefully,
Maybe
everyone
we did.
directs at you this time.
No, maybe we did. Maybe we did. Maybe I was a bit harsh on them. I just thought I couldn't get my head around the figure paid and the lack of spending that we did.
Yeah.
And we've wasted a lot of our budget on a player that really isn't ready to start.
Aye.
I don't know. Maybe that was a bit better from me, but
I know what you
just
mean, though.
thought-
That you think when you've paid £5 million for Hostel, you made the point earlier that he's a £5 million striker.
yeah.
Why not put an extra £10 million on there? You've got Aaron
And not by Murphy. Yeah, it wasn't an
Yeah.
area which I didn't think we needed to strengthen
Aye.
that much. I really didn't.
No,
But-
Aaron's Atsu and Richie.
Rich,
back in the day.
Go for it. Holy
I'm sure Colback
shit.
can probably chance his arm at left mid as well later.
there's
Don't mention his name.
there was other options that you could probably stick there if
Yeah.
required. You know what I
Aye.
mean? I just thought it was a bit weird, but he might come good, and I agree. Definitely, there's something there. There's definitely something there.
Yeah, there is.
No doubt about it.
You wonder if their kids the same, getting both.
Aye, maybe, aye.
You,
But I thought, but on this game, well, I'll just get there. I've criticised Rafa's subs all the time, but this time they were right.
Yeah.
Still could have been earlier, but they were right.
Yeah.
They were the right substitutions, and that when them came on the pitch, my God, the game man just like.
Shelby, as
Oh.
an impact player there, was unbelievable.
Hey,
man.
when you talk about
His
a class
passes,
above,
man,
when you
unbelievable.
talk about a class above, he come on, he just looked like the best. Like,
Yeah.
and he's not that good really, but he came on and looked just so far ahead of everybody else on the pitch.
We spoke a lot about Mitro before and how he should be starting, but maybe Mitro is better as an impact player. He's not an athlete. He's never going to last a full 90 minutes.
No, I've been to games this season when, I forget, it might be in Forest in the Cup when he's blown out his arse after like half an hour.
That's what I mean.
But there again, he's not playing much football, so he's not going to have the chance to build up the fitness, is he? Like, you know, it's a different kind of fitness training to what it is playing games.
Which,
like,
which
so you can argue,
which Mitro camp are you in?
I'm in the
Are you in the fence camp?
I'm not. I don't want to say against him because I'm not against any Newcastle players, but the 3 seasons he's had at Newcastle, he's been suspended immediately. All 3 seasons. Yeah, sent off against Arsenal, sent off against Tottenham again that season, and then West Ham this season. And like, I would play him next game. Don't get us wrong. I think something's got to be different up front, and why not give Mitro a chance? I mean, he's not wonderful in the air. He doesn't hold the ball that well, but he's got there's something chaotic about him.
Yeah.
It's a bit like it's a cliche to say you don't know what's going to happen, but the ball could bounce off him and go here. It could fucking he could score 3 own goals and get sent off. He could get his bat out and start wanking. You don't know what he's going to do. But I don't know how many chances he needs to have.
We've said before,
But he's got a great record for Serbia.
looking at he's our best striker at the minute, though, isn't he?
Well,
He's
for me,
He's probably the best goal scorer. I think he's the best striker.
he's only going against Joselu because I would actually play Gale and him personally. But if you're going to put him against Joselu, right? So is he going to score more than Joselu?
Chances are he will do, yeah, I know that about it.
Yes, I think, right? Does he give you more than Joselu does?
I think that's probably on par.
I'm not convinced he does.
Yeah, I think on par as well. I do agree that I think on par because, especially last night, I thought Joselu was, for me, his work rate and his hold-up play was the best it's been in a while. Loads of people will not agree and people are
I think Joselu's work rate's really
good.
better, but I think Mitrovic brings more players into the game.
What I think with Mitrovic is when he's on the pitch, we'll just look like we're going to score. Well, not score, but we'll look more...
Is it more
aggressive, maybe intense, a better word, more threat. Like we did as soon as he came on the pitch, man. As soon as he came on, we looked like we had
Personally,
more about it.
if I was the defender, and we've said it before, if you see Joselu's name on the team sheet, you think, I'm going to have a decent afternoon, yeah.
Well, yeah,
if I see Mirovic's name, I'm going to think, am I like going to have an easy afternoon? I'm going to get punched in the fucking face.
Aye.
And as a defender, I think you'll probably drop your arse a little bit more if Mitrovic is on there, and you'll think, I'll take a step back because we don't know what is going to happen here. Joselu, it just seems quite...
I seen someone on Twitter put on the day, I can't remember who it was, right, and he said exactly what I think, and people go on about his suspension record and God, what to get sent off. Right. I would play him until he gets sent off. Play him until he gets sent off, because if you don't, what's Joselu then? It doesn't make any difference. You're not going to score a goal with 11 men with Joselu on the pitch anyway. Like, it makes no fucking difference. Like, Joselu's done nothing at all. I'd rather just play Mitrovic. And if he gets sent off, all right, he gets sent off, he's a prick.
I've defended Mitrovic for a long time now. Long time. But if he does get sent off again, I think that's where I've got to go.
Done, right? Well, fair enough then.
That's
but play him until he gets sent off then.
No.
Play him until he's an arsehole and he elbows somebody. But for me, not playing him because you're worried in case he gets sent off and playing Joselu, it's just... What's the no spite your face malarkey? Like it's a joke. Like, what is the point in playing Joselu every week?
Well, I said to you last night,
just
seems it's a bit shit how our next game is going to be Chelsea, because you can't see Mitrovic starting that game. I think he has to. I think even Rafa knows he has to start that game. But then I think it's Chelsea coming up, but I just wish it was someone else, because we're going to play Chelsea, and chances are Mitrovic's not even going to get a touch of the ball.
No,
that's true, right? We'll
so then you're going to get fans on his back once again saying he's offered nothing.
But that might be... Rafa clearly doesn't like him.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm not saying Rafa's petty. The same as I was saying, like, one thing was racist earlier on. But, like, for me...
He's not petty, but he's racist.
There's a part of me that thinks, is he playing 4-4-2 because he knows we're at Old Trafford. And people have been clamouring for 4-4-2, so he's going to go, right, I'm going to play 4-4-2, we're going to get fucking hammered.
Let's see what happens.
And there's a 4-4-2. But there's a part of me that thinks maybe you bring Mitrovic in for a game where he knows he's either going to get sent off or do bugger all game. Like, oh, look at him, he's fucking dog shit.
It's like what we said when he came on against Man 2. It looks like he's setting him up to feel it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a bit of that.
The 4-4-2 for me, like he's played it. I think he played it the Palace game, maybe the start of it. Then he's played it Palace, Bournemouth, Burnley. He's played it for about 4 or 5 games.
He's kind of played a 4-4-1-1, hasn't he? Where he's played one striker deeper.
Yeah, which I do think Gale could do.
Perez is on the pitch. You're looking at it as one deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the reason that he's done that is because we have lacked goals massively, and I think he's thinking maybe if I go 4-4-2-ish, we might get more goals. And I don't think he's done it to think, oh well, we'll get beat every week now, and it's. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think that necessarily. I was surprised he did it at Man United. I'll be very honest, because I thought, Jesus, like we need to be kind of having some sort of solid midfield here. I was a bit surprised then, but the other games, like Burnley, Palace, Bournemouth. I don't know. I'm expecting us to maybe be on the offensive, and maybe he's thought, listen, if I play to a front, we will be more of a threat going forward. Not necessarily didn't work, unfortunately.
Well, we'll jump forward. West Brom took the lead 2-0. And
worst 45 minutes ever. That
you thought that 2-0, you thought that game was over there, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it is game over then.
Fucking this Newcastle all over, isn't it, you know. Them hadn't won a game in 12 games, and they played a lad who's never played a game, never scored a goal in his life.
That Field kid.
He scored.
Unbelievable game. If there's an absolutely class game.
If there's ever, if you've got a record that you need to get rid of, play us.
Aye.
We're the team, like.
I've seen exactly that at work.
We're the team, aren't we?
Did Sunderland not like lose X amount of games or not win a game in X? Then they
play us.
battered with 3-0.
It just is. That's what we are, man. We are the record breakers for fucking all around. For other teams, anyway.
For other teams. Yeah.
It's always the same. Oh, they've never scored an away goal for 10 years. Bang, 1-0. It happens every time to them, man. Fuck.
But I were 2-0 down. Clark brings it back after not long after their second.
Right. was so important, that one.
He took his head out well. It was probably about his 4th chance, to be fair. Like he had a few chances before that. And he took his head out well. The one that we equalised with, I can't even remember.
It was lucky. We got a free kick, Richie.
It wasn't a free kick.
It was an own goal.
Richie just belted it low and it came off. Was John O'Shea?
John O'Shea was O'Shea's
Johnny
Evans.
Johnny
Evans.
Is it
John O'Shea, that was the same, isn't it?
Emmanuel Mackham.
Evans, aye.
Was it West Brom?
It really changed though, man. When Aaron's come on in that, man, it really, really changed. But now I thought we did really well actually when the subs came on. We could have won it. Well, Mitch scored, didn't he? That pass from Shelby, man. He took out 7 players or something, man. It was ridiculous to hear.
It was quite a good finish as well. From
it was. No, he did really well. It was
Yedlin that was offside, no, wasn't it?
He was by a yard. No, not even a yard. Well, it wasn't a yard, but it was offside. He was off. But that pass from Shelby, I was just like, fucking hell. And the commentator kept saying it on the stream I was watching was like, when you see Shelby doing what she was doing, why? Because for me, you play your best team. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. We're playing because for me, I'd rather rest him against Chelsea and get thumped anyway. That's my opinion. You're playing West Brom, haven't won in 12 games. Play your best team that you can and get the win. Get the win, and then just play whoever the fuck you want to play against Chelsea and get beat anyway. But he didn't play Shelby. Obviously, and the commentator kept saying like, you've seen what Shelby can offer you. Like, should you really been starting? Which for me, yes, but I'm not the boss, man.
Right, so we'll jump straight to questions here. Since our battery's dying. Because I bought shit batteries this week, so they don't last very long.
Is it a camera, is it?
It's a camera, we need a new camera. It's coming soon.
I've wrote a Santa, so
that's what she said. Right, the latest question sent in. I don't think we've had many sent in tonight. Because I left it so late to put out, like, to be fair. This one came from, like, last week. And I forgot to read it. If/when Mitro leaves, what will he be remembered for? Being a Raj Madbuster or a younger, promising striker, never really given a chance? We'll let you answer that because
what I'll remember him for personally is the header against Sunderland.
And he's that piss fella jumping on.
That's brilliant. That
you should have started every game after doing that.
I think if you went the day, if you did it, what do you call him, Costa from Chelsea just disappeared. I'd remember him more as being disappointing. Like what? Maybe not a waste of talent. But like a waste of potential or a waste of kind of, it was built up as like not the same as Van Nistelrooy at Man U, but it was like getting Mitrovic and he's done this against Arsenal, he's done this for Serbia, and it just hasn't quite worked yet. Maybe it will, but I kind of see it when Rafa's there.
It's not working on
doesn't
that.
Like him, so
it's not working on that. Rafa.
But I think when he goes, it will be as kind of like a shame. Maybe he's not the same as Cabela or Tovan, but along those lines.
I seen Steve Race put a tweet out I seen, and he was saying that like, I'm not fooled by Mitrovic and he's this and he's that, and like criticising him. Right. And I don't think he's the answer. Like, I'm not saying he's going to score 25 goals. I just think he's better than Joselu. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to score millions of goals or he's going to be the best striker I've ever seen since Shearer. Absolutely not.
What I don't like is,
but I just think he's a better option at the moment.
I don't like when people turn around saying, he just makes up for it in passion. You can't fucking criticise him for being passionate, man. How are you? Like, that's just his character.
Well, you get wrong for not being passionate, you get wrong for being passionate. You kind of fucking win.
I wouldn't say I've ever criticised him for being passionate, but I think the passion or the kind of the perceived passion that he's shown has what was the right expression? Almost paper over the cracks. Like people have gone like, but he cares. And think, caring's what I care. I'm an old. You've seen me play football. I'm fucking shite. But I would. Should have scored against True Faithful.
But when you look at it, like he scored against Man City, he scored 2 against Norwich, your Sunderland goal. They're little clips that stay in my head. There is games that I was really annoyed with him because there was a lot of games where he got a chance and he was shit. And I was like, fuck, that was a great opportunity for you. But then this season he played one game for us in the cup. He scored immediately. I guess he was blown out his arse for 40 minutes. I agree, but he scored straight away. And I'm thinking, mint, he's getting a goal. Never starts ever again. Never gets an.
He got one against West Ham, didn't he?
West Ham he scored. Came off the bench and scored.
I remember him for putting Joe Hart in his arse.
That was a good. No, it is. He did it similar against Forest, where he's kind of. No, it wasn't Forest. It was Wolves in the cup last year. No, it was Preston in the cup last year. Where he's twisted and turned a couple of times in the box, and he's just their keeper's gone down again. He's side-footed home.
Well, Watford, to be fair, against Watford, he should have scored 2. Really, against Watford, he tried to pass the game. He tried to like 6 yards out and tried to pass it. I was like, fuck's sake.
You're a striker, how you?
And then the other one, he done a very Preston thing. He was like pretend to shoot, didn't shoot, hit it, and it rolled up someone's back and went wide. But he nearly scored again. And I'm thinking, God, he's been on the pitch 10 minutes and he's had 2 chances, which Joselu would never get.
But those 2 games against Preston, in fact, the 3 games against Preston last season, the one in the cup, certainly the one at Deepdale.
He scored 3 then, didn't he? It was 2.
They beat him 6-9. He scored 2. He got 2 at Deepdale as well, and he was brilliant. He looked like the best player in the league. You know, and he's obviously he's got quite a bit of talent there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's similar to Shelby. There's just something not quite right where he'll have a great game and then he'll be despicable.
Yeah.
For like 3 or 4
yeah,
hours. Like,
that's true.
It's a fair comment there. Right, Daryl Mitchell-Hill sends in, you sent a few in as usual. Too many of the recent goals conceded are coming down our right side, which is what Bessie pointed out before. Yedlin going narrow and Richie pointing a lot. Said that. We aren't stopping crosses. What should we do to prevent this?
I said I'd love to go, but there was a game I went to see, and it was Yedlin was so narrow. Like I kept seeing he was like a centre half, and I don't know if he thinks his pace is good enough to get him out of the winger, like quick enough. I don't know, but I don't know if Rafa's telling him to stay narrow, to stay compact. I don't know, but it isn't working. Like.
It's been a problem that we had. I'm sure one of like mine and Taylor's podcasts a year ago, we said the same thing. It'll have been Yanman at fullback, or maybe it's even Debussy, and they like defend within the 18-yard box.
That's
it invites
yeah.
crosses, and that's great if you've got if Lascelles in there with Kieran Clark. You think what kind of win headers?
Yeah.
But at the time it was Colaccini, Yanga, and Biwa, neither of whom were like particularly like good in the air, or like a John Terry type or a Woodgate type. You know, where you can go and attack a ball. And I think if you're going to invite crosses into the box, you've got to have blokes who are prepared to put their head in the line.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we've got that. I mean, without Lascelles, that is.
I think in maybe like long balls into the box, I don't think we're not that bad at it. I just think when Yedlin's took it in so far, it's just inviting that crossfield ball to their winger, just all the time.
That first touch last night, fucking. Who was that? Was it that Rondon? Phillips, one of them.
He had a great first touch by the way, Rondon.
First touch and it went straight past Yedlin. You knew straight away.
That was Gibbs.
Was
for
Gibbs?
the goal.
Was it Gibbs?
That was Gibbs. Who should have signed?
His first touch was gone. Yedlin was just.
Yeah.
See you later.
He tried his best to keep up with them, but he got caught opposition.
Unbelievable
again,
first touch.
Oh, it was amazing. He took it on the run, didn't he? It was amazing.
It was very similar to was it Yanmat's again when we played Spurs, the last game of the season? Was it Yanmat's first touch and he's just gone? He's on byline.
Yeah.
It was very, very similar to that.
But he's right. I can't remember what game it was. You know, I said it on the podcast that I just and Yedlin got man of the match. He played amazing. But I was really worried that he was giving their left winger so much time. No. But he was on that wing. I was fast enough to get to him when he controlled it. But he's getting found out a bit now. Like
right. Kevin sends in any chance of a Besty's spaghetti bolognese recipe?
It's really quite simple.
Oh well.
What I do with it, fry a garlic off in your onions first. Put some mushrooms in. Now I should kind of put a caveat in here. I've been told it's not actually bolognese that I make.
What is it?
One of the lads at work says for a proper bolognese you've got to have carrot in there. I do put carrot in, as happens. Celery's got
to put carrot in there.
Celery as well.
Carrot.
Aye. Carrot.
Carrot.
Oh, he said carrot. I was like
carrot. That's a euphemism, that like for something. In McDonald's maybe it's like, but no. Was it garlic, onion, mushrooms? Fry them all off. Get your mince in there, brown it. What I put in there? Male mince, because bolognese, isn't it?
Mince.
Brown and mince on. Passata's a secret. Didn't use tin tomatoes, use passata instead.
You've lost me.
I can't cook, mate. I just do beans on toast. That's what the
bean
bean had for tea tonight. Beans on toast. I can't make now those.
I love beans on toast.
That's all I've got. What do you want for tea? So pizza. I went. What else? Some chili. Beans on toast. That's all I've got to offer you. Beans on toast.
I always say I'm a really good. I don't think I'm a really good cook, but I'll cook a bolognese. I'll do chilies, curries. It's basically like just put shitloads of gear in a pan and leave it for a bit and see what happens.
Have you got yourself a slow cooker?
Aye. I am the slow cooker. And then slow maker.
Right. Rob Fish sends in. We'll make this the last one. Do you think that when
hours message in,
Rob's hours, yeah. Do you think that when Dummett is fit, we put him in and move Mbemba over to right back to counter the opposition lobbing balls over towards Yedlin? Also, is Lascelles more vital than people give him credit for?
I think the second part, I wouldn't have him in the first. I wouldn't have had him in the first team 2 months ago.
That's what we were saying. And
then the way he's played, I mean, probably from Swansea actually onwards. Was that early September? He's been brilliant.
Yeah,
and they've really missed him. Would I put Mbemba right back? I played Dummett left back again. Certainly, he's got to be left back.
Yeah.
For right back,
I'm sticking with Yedlin 100%.
I think so because I don't think it's entirely Yedlin's fault. He's not been brilliant last couple of games.
And he offers a lot more going forward.
He does. I think you need Richie to help out more.
Yeah. God, how pissed off were you last night though? Like when we looked like Barcelona for about 8 seconds. We did that move. Hey, it was fucking unbelievable. Man.
Oh, when it's not going towards the right hand side of the pitch.
How good was it, man?
Yeah.
Pass. Got to Yedlin. Goal kick. I couldn't fucking believe it, you know.
Is that when you ran it out?
No, he tried to cross it, but he just, I don't know what happened. He got like all mixed up.
Do you know what really pissed me off?
It was, I couldn't believe it, you know.
Almost the last kick of the game, we get a free kick about 40 yards out towards a byline out the back. We'll take a quick short free kick.
I know we like to do is
Playing
long
like
ball normally.
90 odd minutes, yeah. So
Oh, no, it was lumping. Mind you,
lads,
though, did you
take your
see?
time, hoy it in the box.
Sorry to go away from Rob's thingy here, but what I found weird was Darlow got a free kick. We got a free kick. Darlow got the ball, and Rafa was going like play it short.
Rafa
He
was
kept saying
fuming last night.
play it short, like he kept saying, and Darlow just went, "Aye, bar, everyone up," and he kicked it long, and Rafa just fucking went off.
Is that when he threw
and
his
sat back
jacket?
down? And I thought, because I'm annoyed a lot of times when I go, we do play a lot of long balls. And,
yeah, we do.
Especially when he brought on fucking Joselu and brought on Perez, but Perez and Gale up front, and he's going long ball all the time. And I'm thinking, is he really wanting to do that? But maybe not. Maybe he is telling the players, keep it on the ground, play short. But Darlow was like, nah, up front.
The commentator
and I was
said
like,
last night, and Adam mentioned it earlier, the commentator actually said, if you look at Rafa Benitez, you can tell he's sending players out to do a job and they're not listening to what he said. And that's when he was kicking off.
He wasn't happy. He couldn't sit down.
Throughout the game, he wasn't happy.
Loads of times that went to him and he was.
You never really see him.
He
Like,
was
come
walking.
out.
He was marching back to his like technical like the seating area. Sorry, and he'd sit down and go. Fuck, and he just stands straight back up again. And I thought, whoa, he's really pissed off tonight. But he was pissed off in his press conference. He was furious. He was absolutely furious in our press conference this week. Because we've lost a game of football, bang, we're back to the summer. He loves to do that a lot, doesn't he? We'll lose a game, it's back to the summer, we didn't buy enough. If we win a few games, it never gets mentioned. Doesn't mention anything about the summer. Lose a game of football.
Another bloody bust, didn't he?
Oh, mate.
He said that
he said fucking.
if even you spent 50 million on a striker, you'd get an average striker.
He said a very similar thing in the summer. But he said it even with more intent this time. You want a striker that scores goals that's 20 to 40 million.
That's right. You said you want one that runs forward, it's 15 minutes. Something like that, wasn't it?
One that kicks forward, 15 million.
That's right.
We are where we are because of what we did in the summer. And Jocelyn was just sitting there going, fuck me. I'm off a timeout for the bin. The worst ever, like, you know what I mean?
Off a timeout.
But then they asked him and they says, what's your thoughts on Jocelyn? And he went, he's doing great. He's doing so much great stuff for the team. Which sounded very much McLaren-like to me, because when McLaren, remember, we were shit, and McLaren was going, everything's great, the character's amazing. I love everybody.
McLaren that was every week though.
But what can Rafa can't then turn around and go, he's shite Joselu. He can't, of course he can't.
But you can't, that's the thing. I always, post-match press conference, and like, I always take it with a pinch of salt, because
I don't listen.
I've said since the days of
Prague,
all it is PR. It's not what he's saying behind closed doors is completely different to what he says in a press conference on me. Like, I don't read. They've got this obligation, haven't they, where they've got to do ton of interviews after the game. Players, captains. Why?
They get fined, don't they?
Footballers, all they do, there was a big thing with Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, he's sending his little mate out.
Because obviously the BBC, I say stitch up, exposed his son as being a fraud, didn't they? He was a dodgy agent years and years ago. But like, footballers get a reputation for like, being very erudite and that, like, and they're a bit like, the one word answers, not many syllables and stuff like that thick fuckers. Like, they've been running around, they've run about 10 mile in fucking 90 minutes. They come off the pitch, they're hanging out their arse, they're knackered. And they've got someone going like, oh, like, can you recite this line of Keats to us? Like, well, no, that can't fuck, I'm because I want to go and have a shower, maybe have a shit, not like, you know what I mean?
That's where
I back for Strictly.
I love Lascelles for that, you know. Lascelles is really honest, isn't he? I don't know if it's because they catch him, as you've just said, he's just fucking boss his arse off, and they'll ask him a question, and he answers it like I would answer it. Like, he's not diplomatic, if you know what I mean. Where, like, I've heard it, I watch the Sunday supplement a lot, and they all suck off Harry Kane, like, they just fucking love Harry Kane. And he's always up for an interview and blah, and he's doing the right thing. He's putting his faces in the right places.
He's PR trained and all that.
He is massively because he gives the answers that is right. Whereas when I hear Lascelles, I always worry a little bit. I think, fuck, he could go over the line at any minute. But I still love him for that.
It's like stated out his teammates last season, we loved him for it.
You think that the Southampton game where he got made captain, when he's Jan-Mas broke his ankle, he's punched out the door and that, like. After the game, Lascelles comes and says, there's blokes in there on trying. Basically, he didn't name names, but you knew who it was. It was Jan-Mas, Wijnaldum, was a few more names.
Had a lot of brass though for a young kid. Wasn't even playing in the first team then, just to go fucking you. Amazing.
That's his first season in the Premier League. Maybe he's second because he's been on loan at Forest, hadn't he? He's first. To come out and do that, and obviously Benitez has gone like, I fucking like it, let's get like,
definitely.
They don't see bomb there, like,
nearly very close.
Did you not?
Not kid.
Oh, in my head,
I started off. I thought, I can't beat
cook kid.
It's cool cut. That might be listening to that kind of.
The cells are cool, guys.
Oh, yes, I.
But no, got next, by the way, I forgot. I actually forgot. Honestly, I have. Chelsea. Who was after that though? Sorry.
Leicester.
Oh, that's when we do the walking. Aye.
But aye. Right, we'll go now because that battery's going to be gone.
Nero's, aye, nearby.
Right, Bessie.
5-0.
Thanks for having us. I've had a very nice time. Like, I'll get on to Dane and Headley.
Aye, get them some abuse. I'm going to message them straight away.
Right, bye everyone. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Love you.